The day has finally come for me to launch the course. I'm gonna be telling you guys how it went and some things I wish I knew when I first got started. Stick with me so you don't make the same mistakes that I did. What's up guys, my name is Jamal from Courseacademy. In this channel I go over simple ways that you could use to make money online, mainly with online courses, and I make at least one video per week, so if that sounds like your thing, make sure you subscribe. Alright, so before we actually go over what my experience was like launching my own course and the mistakes that I made, I just want to go over how you guys should be structuring your webinar the day that you're actually going to drop your course. And before we get into it, just keep in mind that you could be doing this in one of two ways. You could either do a live webinar where it is actually going to be live on the spot. Whoever comes into your webinar is going to be able to ask you questions and interact with you when you're actually doing the training. Or an auto webinar where you could just record the webinar that you're making, record the training that you're doing, and then have it keep playing back over and over and over for anyone that comes into the site. Usually the live webinar is going to be a bit better to do just because it's a little bit more interaction for the people that's coming into your site. But regardless, the structure that I'm talking about is going to work for either or. And the reason why I get into the point of having a possible auto webinar is because I get it, a live webinar is a little awkward, it's a little weird the first time that you're doing it. And of course, it's the fact that it's not like something that you're pre-recording. Whenever you actually make a mistake, like that's your mistake, you have to correct it along the way. But truthfully, once you start, I promise it's gonna get easier. Just treat it like you're talking to someone face to face. Now, the first thing that you wanna do on the process of actually making the webinar to actually set things up beforehand is making a slideshow. This is going to be somewhat similar to the slideshows that you used to do for high school. But the great thing about this, since you're behind the screen, is that no one's gonna be throwing things at you. Unless that was just my experience. But anyways, I used Canva to make my slideshow. I like them a lot just because they make it really simple and easy to do, and it's completely free to use them. So rather than PowerPoint, where not only do you have to pay for an actual subscription to use it, but it's also a little bit more complex. With Canva, the way that they make it a lot simpler is because you really just have to pick a template that is already made through Canva and just structure your presentation around the template they already made. And when you're making your presentation, you're just going to be breaking it down into the key elements that you're going to be covering along your presentation. So for me, I believe my presentation came down to like 20 slides. It wasn't a crazy amount, but just enough to be able to cover everything. The first part of the presentation is just going to be just introducing yourself and just being ready to just greet everyone. So anyone that is actually coming into your webinar, if it is going to be a live webinar, just making sure you take the time to greet them and make it a little bit personal. And then after that, you're going to be telling them a story, a private story of how you actually got started with the skill that you're going to be teaching them. And then the next point after that, and this is a key point, is actually training them. Make sure that this is just not a full webinar, just filling them with a bunch of fluff and then just saying, oh yeah, if you want to know more information, click my course, buy now. No, you want to actually take the time to train them so that they feel like they're already getting great value coming to you, and then after that they just want to learn more. As I said, for me, the whole presentation probably took around 20 slides. For the training session alone, I'd say it probably took about half of that. I'd say a good like 10 to 12 slides. After you're doing the training, you're going to be doing a bit of a transition into pitching them on your course. And that's going to be broken up into two different ways. The first way is literally just bringing up the fact that you're actually selling a course. So if they want to actually know more information, and of course your webinar and your live training is only going to cover but so much, then lead them into the fact that if they want to know more about your training, then the course is going to be that thing to get. And then after that, at the end of your pitch, at the end of what you're selling, you're going to be bringing up bonuses that's basically going to make the course just seem like it's a no-brainer offer for the people that's interested in it. And to see more about how I actually put together my webinar and to see how my training all came together, you could just go to the link below and you can just see the webinar that I put up myself and just learn from that. And now going over the results that I got from actually dropping my course. And I'm just going to break it right to you guys. I got no sales. Now hold up, before you actually just leave the video, let me explain, okay? Let me explain, please. Let me explain. Because there is a valid reason for this, and with this reason, I want you guys to learn from it so you don't make the same mistake. So first of all, as a little bit of a background for the people that haven't been following the full series, not only did I go from $0 starting the whole course and starting the whole platform, but I also went from 0 followers. Just to show people that you can start this all up with having nothing beforehand. So it's not like some other people where they might have a platform on Instagram or YouTube or whatever where they have like 100,000 followers to already just jump into. No, this is a completely new audience that I'm creating for myself for this exact niche. And so since I was actually starting from completely scratch with TikTok, I actually didn't realize when I first started this whole series that they actually made some different changes this year, where to actually put up a clickable link, you have to have 1,000 followers. You could put up a link in your bio, just leading them to your site. Realistically, no one's gonna be taking the time to go into your profile, look at that link that's there, trying to copy that link and then put it into their browser. No one's doing all that. They're just gonna keep scrolling their way through TikTok. So the first hurdle to really climb through if you're using TikTok as a platform to grow your business is really to get to that 1,000 subscribers mark. So this is what I would say for you guys to do when you're actually doing the same thing. The time that you're actually starting up doing this whole platform and when you're actually building up your course in the beginning, you wanna actually take time to just build up the platform as well for TikTok if you're gonna be using that to get to those 1,000 followers fast. Because truthfully, you really wanna give it at least 2 weeks to really be able to build up traffic for your course before you actually drop it out. For me, after I got the 1,000 followers on TikTok and was able to put up that clickable link, I literally had only 4 days left to market my course. And out of one of those days, there was actually an error that came up in TikTok where I couldn't even post anything. But I will say I already put up a video just linking how I was able to grow 1,000 followers in only 3 days. So I'm gonna put up a card for that. You can check that out just so you can learn to do the same thing as quick as you can. So then at that point, the time that you actually get to that launch day and you're dropping your course, whether it be from a live webinar or an auto webinar or anything like that, you could have a decent follower base, maybe of at least 50 people or 100 people or more that's going to actually be attending your course. And now if you also want a more full in-depth walkthrough of the exact steps that you should be taking to actually build out your course in the beginning, there's a free course that I have in the description below on actually making courses. All you have to do is just put in your email so I can have a way to send it to you. And the next video I'm going to be dropping is going to be going over building out the email sequence that we're going to be using as your email list grows and you can keep marketing to them in the future. So make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can be alerted right when the video comes out. All right guys, till next time, peace.